already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You could tap in or you could tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, first and foremost, you already know time, energy, the highest forms of currency. My G, time and energy are the highest forms of currency. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that green, getting to that guap, that paper, that cheddar, that cheese, that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy are the highest forms of currency. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to all my day one investors. Everybody that's highly invested in the channel. Everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically. From the bottom to the top, I'm talking brick by brick. We are growing this channel organically. Constant elevation. We right at 30,000 subscribers. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So big salute to that. Big salute to my wrenches. And we're going to lock in. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers. You got to know something, man. We got a lot of newcomers making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yeah, I said that. The Realest channel on YouTube. Listen, man. I carved out a lane for the real, and I'm here. I carved out a lane for the real, and we here. Started from the bottom. Now we is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to all my newcomers, all my new investors, man. You made your way to the Realest. So tap in, man. Buckle your seatbelts, wipe your feet off before you come into this mansion. Lock in with the Realest. Now listen, man, you already see the thumbnail, right? You already see the title. You know what I mean? This is part tres. So uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. But this is part tres. So this is installment number 3 of Fat Joe speaking down on the culture, on FBA. I mean, you got to know something, man. I could take this to part 100. I could take this to 1,000 because there's so many different layers. So when you look at that thumbnail, when you look at that title, just understand what you're looking at. It's layers to this. You understand what I'm saying? Part tres, so my friend. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, siete, Marita is part tres, so my friend. You understand? We're going to talk about, the beluga whale. You know what I mean? And I'm going to let y'all know why I got that from the beluga whale. I'm talking he paler than a beluga whale. He got those knock knees. Yeah, he's a knock knee Latino. And we're going to really break this thing all the way down. The origin, the inception, the creation of this little thing of ours called hip hop. Yeah, it's called hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? And it's only right that FBA, that grown men that stand on grown man business, that say what they mean and mean what they say, protect every situation when it come to this. So we're gonna talk about, Fat Joe, knock knee Fat Joe. We're gonna speak on that. But before we get into this situation, before we go into these layers, right? I want to say this, man. Big salute to Cuban Link. Big salute to Cuban Link, man. Had a back and forth in the comment section with Cuban Link. I'm talking Terror Squad representative. I'm talking, we gonna break this thing down even when it come to Cuban Link. You understand what I'm saying? I'm thinking deep as Gandhi while I'm in the Diamante. Like, you gotta understand something. Yeah, we created hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? The inception, the forefathers are FBA, but I ain't gonna never take away from what Latinos contributed to hip hop. So I want to use this third installment, right? This third installment is going to be me really breaking down what's going on with Knock Knee Fat Joe. You know what I mean? And if I feel the need to take it to ocho, cinco, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, if I feel the need to go cuatro, then we'll go cuatro. We'll go cuatro. But big salute to Cuban Link, man. You got to know, we going to talk about this. Yeah, thinking deep as Gandhi while I'm in the Diamante. Huh? You know what I mean? I'm the Latino, take you to war like Al Pacino. What? Like, we going to really break down the ins and the outs of this little thing of ours called hip hop. Big salute to, Cuban Link, man. You got to know, man, this platform is reaching, it's in the astro, it's in the atmosphere, it's out there in space somewhere, a whole nother planet. You wouldn't believe the people that are in tune with Grown Man Business TV. And yeah, Cuban Link know about Grown Man Business TV. The voice is more powerful than Fox News. The voice is more powerful than CNN. The voice is more powerful than Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy playing butt tag every day on your morning radio. Grown Man Business TV, independent content creators, taking it to a whole nother level with this. So again, big salute to Cuban Link, man. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Now, knock knee Fat Joe. You know, you robbed Big Pun, you robbed his family, you robbed Cuban Link, you robbed him, homie. You robbed that man of what he was supposed to be. You robbed Cuban Link of his destiny. And then you got the gall, you got the nerve to come over here to hip hop, FBA culture. Yeah, foundational Black Americans, our culture, and spit in the face of the very culture that made you and your family rich. We not gonna let that slide, homie. And 2025 is no different. We not stopping. My foot is on your neck. My foot is on the gas pedal, and I'm not touching the brake. I'm going full throttle. Fat Joe, you hear me talking to you, homie. You seen these live streams. You see the accusations. You see what's going on. You a whole hoe out here, my G. And I had to say that early in this live stream. Now, you got to know something. If you go into the comment section, I left Cuban Link a link. I'm sure if he gets word, he'll hit that link. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But if Cuban Link hits that link, then we'll have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have a back and forth. I would love to ask Cuban a few questions. But until then, we're going to break this thing down. Now, big salute to the chat. Big salute to everybody that's locked in with this channel, man. I'm so amazed at the progress, at the growth, at the organicness. Yeah, organicness. I said that. You follow me? We only going up. And before we get right back into this knock-knee Latino by the name of Fat Joe, I'm talking knock knees. I'm talking soon as he put his feet on the floor when he wake up in the morning, before he can take a breath, before he can yawn, those knees is knocking. You got to know something. When you got a grown man and his knees is knocking, you should never trust him. You should always side eye. It should be a red flag. First thing when his knees is knocking, homie. Yeah, we gonna talk about this. But before we do that, I want to let the GOAT. I want to let the GOAT of Latino, Puerto Rican, whatever you want to call it, the artist, the rapper, the I want to let Big Pun speak. Because a lot of y'all didn't get a chance to see this. A lot of y'all didn't get a chance to hear this. And this right here put a foot in the neck. This right here put a boot on the neck of Fat Joe. This knock-knee Latino talking crazy. And you got Big Pun saluting Black people, thanking Black people for accepting Boricuas. Big salute to the chat. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button when you step in the building. This is the Realest channel on YouTube. We're going to talk about that. Big salute. Let's listen to this. Here we go. Take a eye.
One of the lines that made the song so famous is when I go Boricua, Morena, and what Boricua means Puerto Rican and Black woman. That's like my love to the music, you know? My love to the, thank you to the Black people for accepting Boricua. Thank you to the Black people for accepting Boricua. Thank you to the Black people for accepting Boricua.
Yeah. Yeah, Big Pun. We appreciate that. We appreciate the love, my G. We appreciate the realness.
What made the song so famous is when I go Boricua, Morena, and what Boricua means Puerto Rican and Black woman. That's like my love to the music, you know? My love to the, thank you to the Black people for accepting Boricua. Thank you to the Black people for accepting Boricua. Thank you to the Black people for accepting Boricua. People for accepting Boricua. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality. Thank you to the black people for accepting border equality.
Now, I wanted to get that off. I wanted to play that over and over because I love hearing Big Pun say, thank you to black people for accepting Boricua. Somebody get this to Fat Joe. Somebody let Fat Joe know that the very man that made Terror Squad, the man that built Terror Squad on his back, the dude that made us know who Fat Joe was, said he wanted to thank black people for accepting Boricua. Now, you got to know something. You got to know something. If we had to accept y'all, how is it that y'all helped, or how is it that y'all had anything to do with the creation? Because if y'all created hip hop alongside black people, then you got to know something. We would never have to accept y'all. As a creator, you don't have to be accepted. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And I just love to hear Big Pun keep it real. I love to hear Big Pun keep it 100. RIP to one of the GOATs of this game for standing on business and giving black people, FBA, foundational black Americans, giving us the respect that we deserve when it comes to this culture. Big Pun didn't say black people don't have no culture. Big Pun didn't say, man, we got to help black people. We built it. He didn't say none of that. Big Pun said, thank you to black people for accepting Boricua. All right? So, you got to understand something, man. Grown man business is a universal language. Grown man standing on grown man business, handling grown man business is a universal language, which means that in all cultures, there's a grown man that stands on business, all races, all people, all across the globe. You're going to have a handful of grown men that ain't scared to speak up, that ain't scared to do what they got to do, that say what they mean and mean what they say, and you looking directly at one. You looking directly at a strong black man that knows what he's talking about, is going to stand what he's saying and mean what he's saying. And I ain't doubling back, homie. I'm not apologizing. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Listen, Fat Joe, you need to be DP'd for the disrespect that you show to the culture. And you're going to be DP'd for the disrespect that you've shown to the culture. And we're going to talk about that. Oh, yeah, you're going to get disciplined, Fat Joe. Now, for everybody in my DM that's saying, yo, it's black and brown unity, yo, it seemed like you're coming off racist towards Latino people, I want to address that directly. I don't want to have to go back and forth in the DM using my Twitter fingers. My name ain't Meek Mills, homie, so don't expect me to be Twitter fingering with you in the DM. You got to know something, right? There has always been tension between FBA and Latino people. And it's always been tension due to the racism directed from Latino people to FBA. It has never been the other way around. So when Latino people say, yo, we grew up in the same projects, that's because we was there first and we accepted y'all. The same way we accepted y'all within hip hop, we accepted y'all in our projects, in our ghettos. But the problem is, and the issue is that nobody from, the Latino culture wants to be honest and wants to stand on business and wants to address the fact that Latinos, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, etc., have always had an underlying hatred towards black people. As soon as they came to America, they were taught the colonizer mind state. They were taught how to think like the colonizer. And guess who's the greatest threat to the colonizer? It's not Latinos, it's not Cubans, it's not Islanders, it's not Africans, it's foundational Black Americans. I don't want this to go over your head and I don't want it to go under your bridge. I really want you to follow me on this. Which is why I speak of Cuban Link. Cuban Link might be the first celebrity that I have heard personally. I'm not saying that he is, but I'm saying personally, I have heard Cuban Link say out of his own mouth that the Latinos are racist towards Black people. Big salute to Cuban Link, man. He told a story about watching a Black man and a Latino man fight. And all the while these two men was fighting, the Latino man was calling the Black man a zigger. You know, like a zigger. You know, Jigger, what's my motherfucking name? And he said he didn't like it. And he wanted to jump in and help the Black man because he didn't like how 1 minute Latino people is using the word zigger, right? As a term of endearment. In the second minute, when they get upset or when they get angry or when they get mad, they use it as a racial slur against the same people. Yeah, you came to the right place. We back in the algorithm. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button to throw us in the algorithm. This is the realest. Cuban Link is the first and only celebrity that I heard say that and acknowledge it. So it's never been a issue when it comes to FBA and Latinos. We've only accepted y'all. You heard Big Pun right here say he wanted to thank Black people for accepting Boricuas within hip hop, within the culture. We've always accepted y'all, but it's always been an underlying hatred from all races. But right now, we talking specifically about Latinos and everybody that falls under that umbrella of Latino. Because, you know, Boricua, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Dominican, all these guys fall under the Latino umbrella. It's always been an underlying hatred for FBA, for the foundational Black American. That's another reason why it's a slap in the face. That's another reason why it's a spit in the face for Fat Joe to act like y'all stood and y'all helped and y'all contributed later on. After we created this culture, after we built this culture up, after we made this culture cool, that's when y'all got involved with it. Whew. After we made this an empire, that's when y'all got involved with it. Once it became cool to be outside, pop locking and dropping it. After it became cool to be outside doing graffiti. After the parties in the parks became a hip thing, became a cool thing, that's when Latinos started adapting the culture. That's when y'all started adapting the culture. Before that, it was $1 mera, tequila $1 me. That's what y'all was on before we made this culture cool. Before it was cool to be out there battling, doing your breakdancing, crazy legs and all of them. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to have the conversation and I sent the link, the Cuban link, is because, you know, there is a way to rebuild the Black and brown unity that y'all claim is there. It's a way to really build that thing into something real. But before we can get into something real, we got to speak the truth amongst each other. I need a Cuban link. I need a Latino, content creator. I need a Latino on a high level to tell the people, yes, my family, my mother, my abuela, my grandfather, my uncles, the elders in our community was hatred. They was racist towards FBA, yeah, Black people. And until then, we gonna stay on top of this. You're not gonna wake up and put your knock knees together and knock knees to the studio and participate in our culture and then disrespect it at the same time. Fat Joe, you crazy. And I know you feeling the pressure. How you know he feeling the pressure, grown man being his TV? How you know that? Well, let me tell you something. You know, Fat Joe just recently dropped an album that ain't doing no numbers. We ain't heard one single. We ain't heard one song. We ain't seen one video. We don't care what you do with this music. That shit is garbage. Your ghostwriter died 20 years ago. You've been garbage ever since. And you dropping an album in our culture and we ain't supporting it. We gonna discipline you, Fat Joe, Beluga Whale, Knock Knee Latino. We gonna show you what happens when you spit in the face of black people and then you try to drop an album in our culture. That ain't how it work, my G. It is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. But that album, man, we ain't heard that. Ain't nobody riding around listening to no Flow Joe. Ain't nobody riding around listening to no Knock Knee Fat Joe and they booming system. Ain't nobody doing that. This is Partreso. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. This is Partreso, my friend. Partreso. And I'm sure we going to cuatro. I'm sure I'm a double back and we're going to go cuatro, my friend. Now let's go deeper into the situation. Let me paint a more vivid picture on why it was never black and brown unity on the East Coast or on the West Coast. Let me paint this picture. On the West Coast, when y'all go to jail, when y'all get locked up, when y'all do time, black and brown don't mix. Mexicans, Latinos, yeah. Listen, man, y'all ain't allowed to bid with us. Y'all ain't allowed to share food with us. Y'all ain't even allowed to talk to us. And on the East Coast, let me really paint this picture for y'all. Why do you think that Bloods was created in New York City? You thought that the Bloods in New York City came about because New Yorkers wanted to be like the dudes on the West Coast. You thought that New Yorkers was just dick riding and trying to emulate, and they was just so fascinated with menace to society and boys in the hood that they just wanted to wear red flags, wear red chuckers. They wanted to be Sue Woo. Well, I'm here to correct you on that. The real reason why black men, FBA, Islanders, whoever out there in New York City created their own blood gang, their own blood nation, is because they had to fight the Latinos. They had to fight. Yeah, the Latin Kings was putting in work out there in prison. The Latin Kings was cutting so many black people, was robbing and killing so many black men that black men had to come together and create their own gang called Blood. So woo! They had to do that to defend themselves against Latinos, the Latin Kings, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, X, Y, and Z. Why y'all don't want to talk about? Why y'all don't want to talk about that? Why y'all don't want to acknowledge the fact that New Yorkers was going through so much hell with Latinos out there on Rikers Island that they had to create their own gang? No, I don't gang bang. I am not, and yeah, I am not gang. I do not gang bang. Word to 50 Cent. But I know the origin of that. I understand why black men in New York City had to create their own gang, had to become blood. We blood brothers. So, because those Latinos, yeah, the Mexican mafia, all of that. In the jail, in the prison system, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Latino card, they more cool with, you know, the Aryan nation. The Latinos deal with the Aryan nation in jail. They don't deal with black people. They don't respect black men. But guess who they do respect? Yeah, white people, the Aryan nation. When Latinos go to jail, they click up with the Aryan nation. Charlie P, I see you in the chat. So let's stop all this black and brown, unity talk. Let's be grown men. Let's stand on grown man business, and then maybe we can make our way to having that conversation. But you're not gonna rob the culture. You're not gonna belittle a grown man that stand on business, that say what he mean and mean what he say, and then think you go, nah, that's not how it's going down. If we was cool like that, when we go to prison, y'all would make Jack Mac with us. Y'all would swole up with us. Y'all would work out with us. Y'all would link with us. Y'all would unify with black people. But really, the Latino culture, y'all hate black people. So when y'all go to jail, y'all link up with more people and more gangs that hate black people, like the Aryan Nation, like the Aryan Brotherhood, like the Nazis out there in prison. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. The reason y'all come in my DM and y'all talk to me and y'all tell me, it's racism, it's X, Y, and Z, is because y'all are used to dealing with Saucy Santana. Y'all would rather deal with a Little Nas X. Y'all would rather deal with a demasculated man. Y'all would rather talk to a feminine, a demure. Ain't that the new word? Demure. Ain't that what y'all like to say now? If I was like Drizzy Drake, if I was like BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy. If I was like BBL Drizzy and I painted my fingernails, if I was like Lil Yachty, y'all would love and y'all would listen and y'all would respect and y'all would throw me through the algorithm and y'all would have me at 100,000 subscribers. But being as though I'm a grown black man, I know exactly who and what I am. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say any and every time I come on these live streams, because I'm a heterosexual and make y'all scared of me. But what I'm here to tell you is you should fear. You should fear what you looking at. What you looking at is something you have never dealt with before. What you looking at is something that's a threat to the establishment, a threat to the agenda. Yeah, I'm a threat to the Saucy Santana. I'm a threat, boy. I'm a grown man. Didn't your father, didn't your uncles tell you to have a firm handshake? Didn't your daddy, didn't your grandfather, didn't your uncles tell you to look a man in his eyes when you talking to him? I know you fear this. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But you can't hide from this. Listen, it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. These are angles that I'm using to further expose that there is no unity amongst brown and black. That actually Latino people, brown people have a underlying disdain for FBA, but they don't mind raping our culture. They don't mind monetizing off our culture. All of these different cultures, everybody, it's FBA versus the world. It's FBA versus everybody. And everybody, they don't mind leeching off our culture. They don't mind putting Chinese stores in our neighborhood, but they don't want to hire. They hate the black man. They don't mind putting nail techs in our neighborhood, draining out the money, but they hate the black man. Latinos, they don't mind calling us niggas and mulas. Yeah, they don't mind disrespecting us, but they come into our culture and they rap just like us. They rap, they sing, they do everything we do. Jenny from the block. Jennifer Lopez. She wasn't who she is until she got with Foundational Black Americans. Yeah, you forgot that J-Lo was on In Living Color? Well, a grown black man gave her a job, gave her an opportunity. You forgot that J-Lo was doing all that music that we didn't want to hear until she became Jenny from the block? Y'all forgot that, right? Y'all forgot that Jennifer Lopez didn't take off until Diddy started dropping that wood in her. Yeah, when Diddy started blowing her back out, that's when we started rocking with J-Lo. You know, Jenny from the block. You know, Jennifer Lopez with the bandana and all that. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I'm only here to give you that pure dope, straight off the brick, into the bottles. I'm not stepping on it. All cultures. Yeah, they don't mind putting those restaurants in our neighborhood. They don't mind making money off of us. But they hate to give us credit. So you know what it's time for? Knock knee, Fat Joe. It's time to take the credit. You ain't gotta give us nothing. I'ma take that. Yeah, no Diddy, but I'ma take that. Take that. I'ma take the credit, homie. Put your hand out and I'ma spit in it. Fat Joe, knock knee Latino. Hey, Fat Joe, homie, listen to me. You hold your hand out and I'ma spit right in it. Now, I'ma give respect where respect is due. It's grown men in all cultures. Grown man business is a universal language. It's a universal law. So I'm sending my voice out. I'm sending a bat signal out to all grown men that stand on grown man business, if you got dog fur or not. And I challenge you to speak the truth. I challenge you to stand on business in public, not behind closed doors. Get out my DM with the extraness. I don't want to hear you copping a plea in my DM. Hit the link and stand on business. Now, I want to go a whole nother angle and see. I know y'all thinking like, damn, he done said a lot, man. Like, what more can you say? What more can I? You know the song and all that, right? But it get deeper than rap. It's deep, it's wicked, and it always is deeper than rap. So I can go even deeper with this. I can go to a whole nother level with this. The N word. I'm going to call it the Z word because up here on this platform, even though I'm allowed to see a man run over a whole 15, 20 pedestrians out there in New Orleans. I seen a video with brain all over the street. Brain matter and all of that. Even though I am FBA, I really can't say the N word up here. I can't say it, so I say Zigga. I'm not gonna say ninja. I'm gonna say Zigga. Jigga, what's my motherfucking name? In New York City and in California are the only two places that I have seen with my own eyes, that I have experienced with my own ears, watching and hearing Latinos and Asians say the Zigga word freely amongst black people. Think about how deep this is, right? The whole world is calling themselves Ziggers. The whole world is dancing, singing, eating, dressing like Ziggers. And these same people hate. They hate the very culture that they emulate. Whew. Ah, whew. I gotta pull the Mike Tyson. They do everything we do. They even call themselves Ziggers. At the same time, hating the very culture that they emulate. Think about the mental health issues that come with that. Think about how delusional you gotta be. Now, Cuban Link, Fat Joe, Big Pun, China Mac. I can go down the list. They all say the Zigga word. And I seen China Mac say Zigga in front of Zip with the drip, and he ain't do nothing. He ain't even go in his mouth for that. Why is it in New York and in California, y'all allow these people to say this? Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm from Virginia, big 757, Norfolk, VA. And you got to know something. A white boy, a Mexican, anything, a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, get to talking about Zigga this and Zigga that. They leaving with raccoon. They got raccoon eyes when they walk out. Yeah, both eyes is black. You can say what you want, but it's going to be consequences and repercussions for you talking like you FBA. It's time that we stand on business. You ever say the Zigga word in front of me, yeah, we rumbling. We rumbling, homie. However you want to do it, we doing it. You wouldn't even think, wait, where I'm from, white boys, Chinese men, Chinamen, Puerto Ricans, Boricuas, Mexicanos, they know better. Where you from, they call you a Zigga, they call him a Zigga. We all saying Zigga together. And it ain't a black man that stand on business nowhere in sight. Yeah, yeah. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Even worse, right? Let's take FBA out of it. Let's take black men out the situation because I hold everybody accountable. Black men, I don't care who you are. I told you, grown man business is a universal language. It's a universal law. I want to ask Cuban Link why. Why y'all feel comfortable saying Zigga? What made y'all feel comfortable? What happened in your childhood? What happened in your upbringing that one day you was around black people so much that you felt that it was okay and you went ahead and tried it? Yo, my Zigga, what? Yo, pass me the basketball, son. What? Where? When? I would like to pick Cuban Link's brain on when this took place. When did y'all figure out that it was okay and there was no consequences and no repercussions to you using a derogatory term in front of us? I'm definitely gonna do a cuatro. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Because I'm gonna play a live stream where Cuban Link breaks down. He breaks down how 1 minute they use it in a racial slur, and the next minute they use it as a term of endearment, and they straddle the fence, and 1 minute it's a use a Zigga, and the next minute it's yo my Zigga, and I want to talk directly to Cuban about this. I understand you dudes are learning and figuring out. It was never cool for y'all to use that word, and y'all trying to detox. You done went 90 days without saying it. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, homie. It's the realest on YouTube. I'm not one of them. I'm the one. I'm Himothy. Yes, man. I'm Himothy. I'm him. I'm him in real life, homie. Now when the downloads are downloading, I gotta bring it to the people. I gotta bring it. I gotta bring it to the people. So we're gonna definitely go live on this again. Fat Joe, Lord Jamal. Big salute to Lord Jamal. You know, I can't say that. I'm not. Listen, man. I didn't grow up on Lord Jamal's music, but it don't matter. Lord Jamal is FBA, standing on FBA business. So we riding with you, Lord Jamal. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I'm sending positive energy your way, my G. I respect the way you monetize this situation. I respect the way you took full advantage of a knock-knee Latino like Fat Joe disrespecting the culture. I appreciate that. And I want to say this, and I want to do one better. I want to do one better. I want any and everybody that fall under the yeah, if you hearing me right now. Lord Jamal got an album coming out. Lord Jamal got a single called The Elephant in the Room. Yeah, I listened to it, Lord Jamar. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. And yeah, it's fire, homie. I like that boom bap. I like that real rap. I appreciate, I appreciate your lyricism. I appreciate your message. And I want everybody to go stream that. Pre-order. Spend a couple of dollars. I think it's more than time to show this knock-knee Latino who holds the power in this culture. I want any and everybody, because the analytics say a lot of y'all is gonna come in after the fact. So when you hit that little red button and you come in after the fact and you listen, I suggest you go to Lord Jamar's page and you figure out. I suggest you stay in these YouTube streets and you type in Lord Jamar, the elephant in the room, and you go and listen to that and you run the numbers up. Because I'd rather hear that than to hear a knock-knee Latino like Fat Joe who got a ghostwriter who wasn't even, boy, is you crazy? You BBL Drizzy. You the Latino BBL Drizzy. You got a ghostwriter? Big Pun wrote Don Cartagena. Huh? Big Pun gave you the whole image of the Don. You a whole fraud, homie. Salute and RIP to Fat Joe. Not Fat Joe, but Big Pun. You the Latino BBL Drizzy. Lord Jamar, man, we gonna run these numbers up for you, homie. The elephant in the room. I love that real rap. I love how it feel to hear a real message. I think more elders, more FBA rappers that are elders should get back into the booth and start delivering messages. The same way Lord Jamar. Hey, listen, homie, I'm waiting for the album. I done already pre-ordered. I done already pre-ordered the single, and I'm waiting for the album. Yeah. Let Latinos and Puerto Ricans and all that, let them go support Knock Knee Fat Joe. Let them support their people within our culture, and we gonna do the same thing and show you exactly. Salute the Lord Jamal, my G. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Oh yeah, listen, man. Let me tell you, positivity is always the key. But one thing I learned in this amazing life that I've been living is that it's always two sides to a coin. Even God in the Bible would wipe your ass out if you went against the culture, if you went against the grain. Even God will smoke you and your babies. So what make me better than God? Huh? Why should I only be positive when God gave us a negative to tap into? Why should I only want peace when God made me a war general at the same time? I'm a Gemini. Yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, homie. Don't let it go over your bridge and under. Listen, don't let it go over your head or under your bridge. When I tell you that just as much as you should be a positive man, you should be a war general. God he's a loving God. You know what they say at church and all in the Bible and all that. God is a loving God. God is a forgiving God. But when he freed those people from Egypt, when he freed those people and he told Moses to take them through the Red Sea, they got over there and they started disrespecting the God. What he do? He went to wiping their asses out. So you got to play both sides of the spectrum, homie. But salute to you. Lord Jamal, we gonna stream that elephant in the room. Brand Nubian. Yeah, you can't talk about who's the wackest or who's the best in Brand Nubian when you got a ghostwriter, knock me, Fat Joe. Hey, homie, I better not never see. Boy, hey, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You tapped into the realest on YouTube. Clean hour of power. That's all we doing tonight. But just understand, 2025, I want 100 100,000 subscribers. I want 100,000 investors to be able to come over here and get this pure dope. I want 100,000 investors to understand how important FBA is to the culture, how important FBA is to America, how we built this shit. So I'm going hard, homie. And I suggest you go just as hard. I suggest you go harder this year than you did last year. Yeah, we at 30. Wait, listen, we basically at 30,000 subscribers. I'm going to push this to 100K organically. Now, again, Grown Man Business TV is open to rubbing shoulders with grown men from all cultures. Just because I love my people, just because I'm going to respect my culture, just because I'm going to protect my people and my culture, don't mean I don't respect you and your culture. But hey, listen, you better goddamn well be sure you gonna respect this culture. You better be sure of that. You better understand that. So Cuban Link, any of you dudes, anybody from any culture, when you in my DM, homie, understand that I'm not attacking you. I'm forcing the truth down your throat. No Diddy. No Diddy. I'm forcing the truth. I'm a shove that shit down your throat. And I'm gonna make you love it. Yeah, I'm gonna make you love it. It's a lot of them in my DM you wouldn't believe. Big salute to the celebrities. I got some celebrities, Cuban Link, Leon Bridges. I got some celebrities in my DM that love the content. And what you gotta understand is this. When I talk down on celebrities, I'm talking down on the celebrities that have already walked through the door. I'm talking down on the celebrities that have already sold their soul. I'm talking down on the celebrities that been breaking fold for the higher ups and the elites. I'm talking to the celebrities that push the agenda to furthermore blindfold our people, to discredit our people like knock-knee Fat Joe, this knock-knee Latino. I disrespect those celebrities. But the celebrities that I can listen to, that I can look at, and I can understand that they are reaping the benefits of their talents, and they also understand the music industry that they're in. Because when you sell your soul, homie, you can't hide it. It's in your eyes, homie. It's your energy. We can smell you a mile away when you have sold your soul, when you have went to those Diddy parties. But when you just a talented human being that's being recognized, I salute that. Let me go a little bit deeper about the celebrity thing. Let me kind of tap into that. Cuban Link Cuban Link was a hell of a rapper. He was a hell of an artist. You know, we all love Big Pun. And when I listened to Big Pun, just like everybody around me, we listened to Big Pun. We always heard this young, energetic, lyricist, this lyricism, this young rapper that we just all learned and grew to love by the name of Cuban Link. Like I say, man, the first time I heard The Glamorous Life, it's a song by a Big Pun called The Glamorous Life, and Cuban Link is the first verse. And as soon as me and my friends heard that verse, we knew that Cuban Link was up next. We knew that whoever this young guy is, whoever this young rapper right here, this Latino rapper, he's fire and he's up next. He's going to come directly behind Big Pun. And in this song, The Glamorous Life, Cuban Link says, he said a bunch of stuff, but he said, I think as deep as Gandhi while I'm in the Diamante. It was the Mitsubishi Diamante back in the day everybody wanted. And he said he thinks deep as Gandhi. He said he's that Latino that's going to take you to war like Al Pacino. He said he's up next. He's soon to be the king of New York. He said all of that in this song. And then you got a Jealous. knock-kneed Fat Joe, a jealous beluga whale. I'm talking a pale, knock-kneed Latino like Fat Joe that's secretly hating, that's secretly plotting on Cuban Link. Cuban Link and a few other celebrities that are in my DM are the celebrities that indulge in the culture. They respect the culture. Cuban Link didn't have a ghostwriter because that's not really a part of our culture. You understand? And then you got dudes like Fat Joe that disrespect the culture, but they indulge in the music business. Follow me on this. You got the culture, and then you got the music business. Jay-Z, Fat Joe, celebrities like that, they indulge in the music business. They learn how to rob you out of publishing. They learn how to rob you out your, out your identity. They learn how to rob you out of your intellectual property, your IP. That's where the money's at, baby. The money ain't in the culture. The money ain't in the boom bap. The money ain't in the culture. The money is in the music business, robbing the culture of the publishing, robbing the culture of its IP, robbing the culture. So dudes like Cuban Link is cool with me. Not only did Fat Joe rob Cuban Link of his destiny of being the next big Latino, the next big rapper behind Big Pun, he also had some gang members slice Cuban Link face open, put a scar on his face because he was jealous at the lady man. He was jealous. Cuban Link is he's like the Latino equivalent of Bow Wow. You understand what I'm saying? Like I mean like as far as like a ladies man. I'm talking about as far as like pandemonium. He was up next. The same way, black girls used to want Bow Wow and they would chase Bow Wow. Cuban Link would have been the Cuban Bow Wow, where all these Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and Cuban girls would have been chasing Cuban Link, in love with Cuban Link, fan mail. Mm. It's celebrities that I respect, that I understand have not sold their soul, have not been breaking folded, but give us pure talent, give us pure music. Listen, man. Listen, man. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You gotta know something, man. I want to show y'all something. When I give y'all this pure dope, when I give y'all this pure game, the analytics, man, the higher ups and the elites, they always watching and they always paying attention. Perry girl, I would suggest what I would suggest you do is look up the song "The Glamorous Life." Let me find it. It's right here. Matter of fact, I was just listening to it. This album right here, Big Pun, Capital Punishment. It's a song called "Glamour Life." Right here, right here. I can't play it, but Perry girl, I want you to listen to the first verse. The first person you hear rapping on "Glamour Life." That's Cuban Link. I'm thinking deep as Gandhi while I'm in the Diamante. I'm the Latino. They take you to war like yeah, he did that. He stepped on that. He walked on that. And even Cuban Link understands that FBA paved the way. We made a culture. We made it possible for you to get you and your Cuban family out of poverty. For you to buy your mother a house legally. For you to acquire the American dream on American soil, you had to come get with FBA. It ain't just Cubans. It ain't just Latinos. I'm talking all the way down to Afro beats. I'm talking Burner Boy. Let's talk about this. Afro, the American, hold on. Africans have been making this type of music for decades now. We ain't want to hear it. We ain't been rocking with it. We ain't rocking with that. But you know what? As soon as we put a stamp on Burner Boy, oh, he made millions of dollars. As soon as we said it's okay and we rock with it, now we got, Burner Boy. We got Tim's. We got all these other African rappers and African singers that have come, and the only way they was able to make money and make millions was to put that, listen, they had to mix with our culture. Ain't no African over there making millions of dollars if it ain't got something to do with hip hop, if it ain't got something to do with us. And all we gotta do is stand on business. You gonna respect this shit. Burner Boy ever talk crazy out his mouth? We'll stop all of that. Tim's, we love you, baby. Hey, Tim's, you gorgeous, baby. We see you out there. You ever disrespect FBA? We'll cut your water off, Tim's. We'll make sure you never drop another song that do any numbers again. And I say that because even Africans disrespect FBA. Even the Africans that come over here, they feel like we ain't got a culture. They feel like we don't know where we from. They feel like we don't know. But listen, man, the devil is a lie. Oh, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. How you like that? I'm just sending warning shots. I'm getting at the beluga whale. I'm getting at Fat Joe. Knock-knee Fat Joe. I'm talking a knock-knee Latino. But I'm sending warning shots all over the industry. You talk crazy, you get erased. You talk crazy, we end your career. Simple and plain. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, Burner Boy, Tim's, Fly Guy. Any of you Africans talk crazy and I get wind of it, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're fully in tune with the Realest channel on YouTube, my G. There is no reason why you shouldn't be able to tap in to pure dope. Why you should be over flooded and oversaturated with this cookie cutter content. Niggas talking about scammers and talking about Mac ballers and talk. Yeah, come on, man. Just make sure you stay in your lane with that. Don't come into my lane because I'ma foul you, homie. Yeah, no, listen to me. I'ma foul out if you come into my lane. You ever enter the lane of the real? I'ma foul out, fouling you in the paint, homie. You ever speak my name and I get wind of it? I'ma foul you out. Stay over there. Talk about Mac Baller, Primo and them boys. You do that. Let me handle the culture. Let me stand on grown man business for this little thing of ours. Cause I start digging into y'all background. You really a Jamaican, you really Guyanese, and you from West Indies and all that. You dudes ain't FBA, you dudes ain't this. They not like us. Y'all just look like us. Top of the year. We getting back in the algorithm. I'm gonna give you this pure dope if it's 54 people in the room or if I got 1,000 people in the room. We run the numbers up either way. Salute the Cuban Link, man. Salute to, you know, everybody that's been able to make a way off this culture. We turning the tides right now. It's the year, it's the time of the content creator. It's the year and it's the time of the independent content creator. It's the year and it's the time of the truth teller. You rappers, you actors, y'all ain't It's over. When I get 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna take this shit on the road. I'm gonna start doing meet and greets. We gonna have conversation in real life, and I'm gonna make content off that. I don't want to be a comedian. We gonna talk about Charleston White. I don't want to be a comedian. I don't want to work. I don't want to work for the higher ups, and I ain't doing that. I ain't selling out. 100,000 subscribers, and we gonna come to your town: Atlanta, New York, Virginia, Texas, Miami, Florida, all that, Cali, all that. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So listen, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You understand me? Now listen, you can tap in, you can tap out. You know my slogan. Know what I suggest? Then I suggest that you tap in. I suggest that you tap into this grown man business. I suggest that you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. I'm gonna give you that pure dope, raw, uncut, straight off the bricks into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. I'm gonna give you that pure dope. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But it's the rawest, purest dope on YouTube. You wouldn't believe. I got other content creators talking about they got pure dope. They got raw dope now. I got other content creators talking about knock need this and knock need that. Bro, Red Supreme, I saw salute the Red Supreme. Yo, I got the purest dope. Y'all was never talking like this before Grown Man Business TV. Salute the Harlem Legend and all them dudes. But I heard Harlem Legend talking about knock knee this and knock knee. Y'all wasn't calling nobody knock knee before I start. Listen, man, I've been fathering this game. I've been influencing the youth. Yeah, Charlie, 100% Charlie P. They come all the way to America. They come all the way to America just to try to big up the country that they abandoned. Imagine this, Charlie P. Let's talk. Hey, salute to Charlie P. Right? Imagine this. Imagine if white people went back to Europe and Spaniard and the Caucasus Mountains and they built that up. Imagine if Mexicans went back to Mexico. Imagine if Haitians went back to Haiti. Imagine if Jamaicans went back to Jamaica. Imagine if Cubans went back to Cubans and Puerto Ricans went back to Puerto Rico. All these people. Imagine if Chinese people went back to China. Imagine if these other people went back to Japan. Imagine if the Filipinos went back to the Philippines. Like, imagine if all these people went back to the land that they ran from. Imagine if Africans went back to Africa. Imagine if these Africans went back to Africa and built up their country. Instead, y'all run, y'all flee, y'all hide, y'all run all the way to America. Y'all run to our land. Build it, after we build it up and then want to claim it. Even white people with that dog fur, y'all living a lie. This is not MAGA. This is not America. This is not y'all shit. Y'all from the Caucasus Mountains. That's why, Europe and all that, where it's gloomy and it's dark and all of that. That's why y'all grow hair and fur all over your neck. That's why you grow fur all behind your knees and on your ankles and on your knuckles and all that. Cause you a bear, you a Sasquatch, you a Neanderthal. You supposed to be out there in the Caucasus Mountains. Instead, your ass down here in Florida trying to act like this your land, even though it's hot than a motherfucker. You done got sunburned, most of the year. You redder than goddamn Porky the Pig because you been in the sun too long. But you want to claim this. I know it hurt. I know the truth is gonna rub you the wrong way. But I can't give it to you no other way. Imagine if all these cultures went back to their homeland and left us with our land, which is America. All this great land that we built up. where we can now have black farmers again. You know, the Negro farmers that was farming America before y'all came over here. Before, you know, Christopher Columbus and them almost died out. And we had to show Christopher Columbus, which we should have never did that. Show him how to grow corn, how to crop the land. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. I stand on this. I stand on this. If it's 51 people in the live chat or it's 1,000 people in my life, you know my numbers, you know how we do. We didn't come over here on boats, homie. I ain't from Africa. We walked over here before the ice age melted. Before that ice melted, the barren terrain, we walked over that. We migrated over here on our own 2 feet. I'm a threat to the establishment because I know the truth. I am the truth. So listen, man, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all are in tune with the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. You understand me? So listen, man, you know, you can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. Know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.